Mhm. All right. Welcome, everyone. So excited for all of you. This is like such an exciting step for your first getting started right call. So, how was the training for everybody? Like, did you find it helpful? Do you have any questions?
Do you mean like just watching the videos?
Yep.
Oh, okay. It was fine. They were good.
Yeah, I liked it. I have a couple questions, but that's probably just because I suck with technology, so.
No, go for it. We're here to answer any questions that you have.
Yep.
Okay, so my first question is, so I was trying to sign someone up yesterday, and so they wanted to do the discount coach where you get the 25%, and I had asked Shauna about it a little bit. But then, so going forward, they will pay the $20 a month fee, right?
Yep.
And then on top of that, if they get the Shakeology or the pre-workout, what do they pay additional to the $20? You see what I mean?
Yeah, so they'll pay the price for the supplement. Basically what the $20 or discount coaching is doing is giving them a 25% discount. So you're in the US, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the US pricing is off the top of my head, but basically they'll save 25% of that. So if they log into teambeachbody.com or you log in, you'll see the price for every product. So as a discount coach, they're saving 25%.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
So I like to sign up everyone with the discount, especially because it benefits them. And I always let them know, like, say down the road they don't want the products, like they don't want to be a discount coach, they can cancel with no charge, like, and still get access to the workouts.
Awesome. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Trying to think what else.
I have a question. So the discount codes, is there only 3 of them and they're only like one use per 3? Or per each, I guess?
Yeah, so it's for you to sign up like your first 3 customers.
Okay.
So I believe they have an expiry date of 30 days, I think. Right?
Okay.
It'll say in your email when they expire, but you can send like them to 3 friends and family to get them started so you could have like your first 3 customers in the boot camp.
Okay, and so basically like what we're doing, right, is we're making a boot camp every month and our goal is to add more girls to the group pretty much.
Yeah, so we'll all like I'll run the boot camp with you. Shauna runs the boot camp with her girls. Just because before that we had way too many people. So we do it separate, but so in the Peaches Before Beaches group you're in right now, that's where you would add anybody that registers. Same with Shauna.
Okay.
Yep.
And then basically we all work together as a team to like schedule posts or come up with challenges for the week. So I'll add you into that group chat. And then you'll check in with them also like one-on-one when they sign up. So just messaging them saying like, hey, just want to touch base, see how everything's going, answer any questions that they have, like help them choose a program to get started. Kind of the same thing that I did for you. But obviously I'm here to help with like when you're getting started as a new coach.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't mean to like hog the voice, but
You're fine.
did you guys find it difficult when you first started to like ask friends to pay to do the program? Like I was thinking about asking 2 of my friends yesterday and then I started typing out the message and I was like they're gonna ask how much it is, and then like I just felt awkward in that situation. I don't know if you guys went through that.
Yeah, I think
Go ahead, Shelby.
Okay. I think for me the way I like to look at it is like the same thing of if you signed up for a gym membership and you were asking your friend to join the gym with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the thing is, as soon as people become a coach, they're like, oh crap. Like it makes you feel like there's like this pressure or something.
Yeah.
The way I look at it is you've done the programs for almost like a year now, right? And you've seen that there's value in paying the money to sign up.
Yeah.
Like it's not like you got it for free and now you're asking other people to pay.
Yeah.
You paid to do this boot camp yourself, right? And so you know the value and what it's done for you. And so that's how I look at it. There's also a 30-day money back guarantee. So they can, like, how I would reach out to my friend is, hey, I've been doing this boot camp for a while. I've decided to become a coach. I'm looking for 3 people to get started with me. There's a 30-day money back guarantee. Jump in, try out my boot camp for 30 days. If you love it, great. If not, we'll get you a full refund.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good question though, because I felt like the same way when I first started, but my friends started reaching out to me when they saw like the results these programs gave me, and like within like 3 weeks or whatever, they're like, wait, what? Can I do this kind of thing? So
Yeah.
when you're starting to share your journey on social media and people see like you're passionate about it and it's getting results for you and other people that are doing it with you, they're going to eventually want to join you anyway. So
Yeah.
like, what's the harm in asking, right? So
And even if they say no to, like for me, some of the closest people to me didn't join until I had been doing this for a year and a half. My mom didn't join until I'd been doing it for like 8 months. So there are like, if they say no, it's not no forever. Maybe they just need to watch you a bit longer and kind of understand what it is. But that's why I always say, and I don't think this is in the training group, but I always say like write out a list of 20 to 30 people that you already know, that you already have a relationship with, that already trust you. So maybe that's your neighbor, your hairdresser, your friends from school, your old roommates, like whatever it is.
coworkers,
And
yeah.
reach out to those 20 to 30 people and ask them. And out of 20 to 30 people, you'll likely find your first 3 clients.
Yeah.
When you help your first 3 clients get results, that kind of creates the snowball, right? Because then you can show these are the results I helped these people get. And it's like kind of contagious. They tell their friends,
Yeah.
it spreads like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I guess that would be your guys' first step, would to write out a list of people like within your warm market, and reach out to them. Like that way you can kind of get comfortable with people that you already know. And then eventually you'll start to invite people that are following your journey, following your Instagram stories, your posts. And then that's when you'll start to get comfortable with the business activity tracker, which we will also talk about in this call. And then that's when you can start getting new clients, which is exciting.
I think it's really helpful to start with like people that you do know, because
Yep.
it helps you like practice being a coach almost, right? Like you can practice like checking in with them. You can, it's okay for those people if you don't have all the answers, right? Because like they know, like you're reaching out and saying, I'm just starting. I'm looking for basically like 3 guinea pigs, right? So
Yeah.
you can use those people to like practice of like, this is how I want to touch base with people. This is how I want to check in or help them like choose a program. So I think it's good practice to have like people that you know.
Yep, I think so too. Another thing too is like would be your next steps with coaching is coming up with a post to explain to your followers, explain to people that are watching your story, whatever, and just kind of explain what you're doing now, why you decided to become a coach, and how they can join you too. I have some like examples if you guys ever need some of girls on our team that have done awesome coming out posts as a coach, that if you're like struggling to come up with something, we can definitely send you some examples. But that way your followers know like what you're doing, because when you're starting to talk about in your stories and like share posts, they're going to want to know what you're doing, right? So
Yeah.
that's a good way to show your followers kind of what you're up to now and how they can join you.
I think because you guys have all done the boot camps, right? So I think like a really like I think people overthink it, but it can be really simple as like I've been doing these boot camps for X amount of months. X, Y, and Z is what it's done for me, whether that's physically or mentally. Now I'm going to run my own boot camp to pay it forward and help other people feel the same way that I feel.
Yep.
It can be as simple as that. And doesn't have to be a transformation photo. I feel like people get hesitant about that at first too. Doesn't have to be a transformation photo. Can be a picture of you smiling and talking about the mindset shifts that you've had, or how you feel on the inside. It doesn't have to be a picture of your body at all.
Nope.
So then
would do, but it's totally whatever you're comfortable with.
So then we would add them to like ours is like the April Spring Sweat Studio. So that's what I'd add them to, right?
Yep.
Correct? Like all be in the same. Okay. Just want to make sure I was understanding it correctly.
Yep, you would add them in there, and then we'd kind of help them pick a program. Like you can help them pick a program based on what their personal goals are. And honestly, like I start a lot of my personal like newer clients with 21 Day Fix, or like programs kind of similar to that one, just because it's a great starter program. I started with that program. Shelby started with that program. It's 21 days, 30 minutes, right? So a lot of people don't get discouraged over a program like that.
Okay, perfect.
Did you guys understand kind of like Success Club or Emerald? Those would kind of be your first goals to set as a new coach?
I was just wondering if either of you could just briefly explain the whole left side, right side thing that he was explaining in the video.
I agree.
So basically, you don't really need to worry too much about that right now. But basically, when you become an Emerald coach, and this is how you will become an Emerald coach, whether you sign up a discount coach or someone that wants to work the business like what you're doing, 2 people, you sign up with either the discount or becoming a coach, you become Emerald. You would have one on your left leg, one on your right leg. You don't even have to really worry about figuring out who goes where, because it'll automatically place them at the beginning. Once you hit Emerald, this is when we can start to have one-to-one calls with you and show you how you can set your legs to specific sides whenever you sign up different discount coaches, and that's how you're going to build your business. And we can definitely, I feel like that's kind of another call, especially to get you started right now. But first, your first goal is 2 people to get your first rank, which is Emerald.
And I think too that's where this 20 to 30 list comes in handy too, because if say you have your best friend and that's the person you're going to reach out to, why not reach out to them and say, I'm becoming a coach. Here's why I've decided to do it. I've seen the way that the programs and the products work. I would love for us to do this together, because like, it's so much more fun if like, and you can straight up say like, I have no idea what I'm doing, but let's like figure it out together. Especially I feel like right now, because so many people are like without a job or they have so much extra time. And for me, this has been like the source of thing that gives me fulfillment, that makes me feel productive, that like has done so much for me. So I think, like if you have a friend, right, like a built-in success partner right away, it can make it even like more fun. Shauna and I have like become success partners where we really, really work together and like push each other and encourage each other. And it's kind of like that healthy competition, which is really, really fun. So it's fun if you can have like a friend get started with you. So that would be someone who's like a working coach, but then a discount coach is like we were talking about before, they just sign up to get the 25% discount off the products. And we've seen people go Emerald in like 24 hours. So it's definitely something that's possible. And the other thing I was going to say too is we rank advance every Thursday. So if you hit like Emerald this weekend, you'll get recognized on Thursday as an Emerald coach. And then you get all those perks like they talked about in the video, where you're getting free leads from the company, which increases your income. And right now the free leads are like insane. Like several a day is like what Shauna and I are seeing. And you earn the 25% commission off of whatever they buy. So if someone's buying $600 worth of product, you're earning 25% off of that for the entire time that they're ordering. So even I think Shauna has a customer who she's never met, she doesn't know, who orders 2 bags of Shakeologies every single month, and she makes $100 off of that every month.
Wow.
Yeah, so you want to get to Emerald as fast as you can.
Yeah.
And then you also start to earn Team Cycle bonus, which again we can go over when you actually hit Emerald, but just know that it's going to increase your income.
Yep, and that's just 2 people, so super doable.
And
within those 2 people that you sign up, that would be 4 Success Club points, and you're going to see us like posting Success Club board, and you're going to see numbers. Basically, every time you sign up a customer, that's 2 Success Club points, and we try and reach for Success Club 6 or higher every single month, because that's how you're going to build the foundation of your business and see that income come through.
So like our goal is to get 2 people to come onto our team so we can get Emerald. Do they like, am I bringing them on as coaches as well, or as people joining my boot camp or our boot camp?
Could be either or. So a coach, like someone who's a working coach, we'll call it, that's where they're going to do exactly what we're doing here. Me and you will jump on a call with them. We'll get them started. We'll walk them through sharing their journey. Or we have the other thing called discount coach, which is someone who's going to both participate in the boot camp, right? When they become a coach, they have to do the programs themselves.
Yeah.
But a discount coach is someone who just wants to do the boot camp. They don't want to share anything on social media. They just want a 25% discount off all the products. So as Shauna was saying, we sign everybody up as discount coaches because it doesn't charge them for the first month. So it gives them 30 days to try out the product. Like it doesn't charge them that coach $20 fee. It gives them 30 days to try out the product. And then if they're going to continue to order, stick with the discount coaching, and then they'll get the 25% discount. But then if at the end of the 30 days they decide they don't want to order any more product, we'll just, when they cancel the supplements, we'll also just have them cancel the coach discount or the discount coaching membership. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's, you sign them up in the back office the exact same way, like through ShareCart. It's just like whether they want to post and share their journey or they just want to do it privately in the bootcamp group. No one has to know that they're doing it. It's just
Okay.
a discount.
Yeah. Sounds good.
And I think too is like I printed off, like there's a app that you can download for the business activity tracker. I think it's called the Success Club Tracker app. But I like to print it off because I'm a pen and paper person, but if you're like a phone person, then that's a lot easier too. And basically I think that will really help you as a new coach because it walks you step by step how you can sort of like work in pockets of your day or within an hour of your day. If you have questions about the business activity tracker, like if some of it doesn't really make sense, you can always ask. But when you see us posting like, I'm going to do a power hour, that's pretty much what we're doing in an hour is all of those activities.
Oh, okay. Clears that up.
And it does say in the business activity tracker that you should be inviting 5 people a day. I personally think 15 to 25 as a new coach, maybe even 10 to 25. Just because 5 people, like sometimes you could send 20 and maybe somebody might not even answer, right? So the more people you talk to, the more people will come back to you, right? So it's all a numbers game. And don't be discouraged if somebody says no. I get no's all the time. All the time.
Like Shauna and I work our business. Like the thing is, I guess that to explain to is like, it depends on how you want to run your business. If you're really doing this as a hobby, 5 to 10 invites is great, right? But like Shauna and I are building this so that one day we can do it full time. And that wasn't how we started the business thinking that would ever happen. But obviously as we've gone through over the last few years, this is what we've decided that we're passionate about and what we want to do. So we do the exact same things that are on that business activity tracker, just at a higher volume. So like Shauna and I, for example, will send 100 invites a day. And obviously we didn't start out that way, but as you grow your following, you have more opportunity to reach out to more people. But again, like she said, it's a numbers game. So we're inviting 100 people, maybe 30 people respond that day because people read your message, forget to respond, whatever. So know that like, if you went through my inbox, you would see 70 ghosts. Think of how many times you ghosted Shauna or I or said no before you actually signed up. I'll say like 0.5% of people register the first time you ask them, right? But the first time you ask them, you're planting that seed so that in the future, they're like, if you're like, hey sister, did you want to join my boot camp? And they're like, didn't respond. Now they're going to go look and see, oh, actually what was her boot camp? And maybe watch your stories for a few weeks. And then next month when you touch base again, hey, is this month a better time to chat more about joining my boot camp? That now they know what it is and they've been watching you and they've been seeing how it works and then they'll be interested. But there's people I literally have invited every single month for 2 years, and then they'll join on like the 18th month that I invite them. Like they'll never respond, but they just keep watching and watching and watching. And I'm like, if you're watching for 2 years, you're probably interested, you know?
Yeah.
So just know that. Yeah, I always say remember how it was with you because very, very. Even I ghosted Shauna for like so long before I ever got started, and then when I was ready, I was like, let's go.
She's like, I want to coach. I'm like, okay.
Like that's how I was with Shauna too. Took her a while to get me on.
Emily, I think you've been doing the programs for a long time with me, like 2 years.
Yeah, and I started with Lindsay.
Oh yeah.
Left and then I got you. So
it's been a while.
Yeah.
You've been very dedicated. Like,
when we're doing the boot camps, is it every month I'm applying my people to your boot camp, Shelby, or do I make my own new ones?
You can put them in my group. This month is probably like, I think everything's going to change in a month because there's something new coming out called bod groups, which is basically going to take like, you know how right now there's the Challenge Tracker app. Maybe you don't know about that, but like,
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. So Challenge Tracker app, Then you have to download the Beachbody On Demand app. Then if you want the nutrition app, you have to download that too. Basically what they're doing is consolidating them all into one at the end of this month.
Mhm.
And then there's also going to be more functionality. The reason we don't use the Challenge Tracker app is because you can't post video content. So if we wanted to share videos, we can't really do that in there very easily. So they're redoing the app, creating something brand new. So right now we all run it together, but you'll see there's like 300 people in the group. A lot of the feedback we get is that there's too many people in the groups to actually hold people accountable. So I'm thinking, at least for me, what I'm going to be moving towards in the future is, so this month we'll run it on Facebook, but in the future, I'll basically create templates for the bootcamp group that everybody can use and share them in the team page. And then you would run your own group on the tracker app, but as your coach, I can see into your group and help you if you need help. Mm-hmm. So it'll be smaller groups, like maybe you only have a group of 5 people, but if you're like checking in with those 5 people one-on-one, that's a lot more, that's a better experience for them than 300 people being in a group.
Yeah.
Right? So I know right now people might not feel comfortable running their own bootcamp groups as a new coach, so that's why we do it. But once we're able to see into your group, help you run it, but you still be their coach and be the one posting the content that we create as a team, I think it'll be way, way easier that way. So this is kind of temporary.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yep. And even if it's just a couple people, that's fine. Like we both started with small challenge groups, right? So like obviously
I almost think it's better. Like because you can really check in with those people one-on-one, whereas when there's like when you have 25 people in a group or 50 people in a group, it's really hard to check in and
on all of them.
Everybody, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. What else?
Team calls.
I was just gonna say like the smaller things to like team calls we run every single Wednesday at, I think it's at 7:30 now. It used to be at 8:30, but I think we've stuck to 7:30 Eastern time. Basically we have people come on, speak about what's working in their business, and how you can apply that to your business. So they're really helpful, and it's nice to kind of get together with the team and ask questions. We do recognition. We shout out people that are doing awesome in their business that week. And if you can't make the call, that's okay. They're always recorded and posted in the team page. So,
is it 7:30 a.m. or p.m.?
PM.
Yeah.
This is just like an extra page that you can put yourself in if you're ever wanting to like listen to other trainings from coaches. I know as a new coach, I love to like learn a lot. So I went on it's called the Beachbody Champions page. There's tons of trainings on there. You don't have to like overwhelm yourself with all those trainings though. But like if you're ever finding you need some inspiration or maybe something to add to your business, that's a great page to go to. You'll just have to request to join and they will eventually accept.
The one thing I always like to say too is that with the training you have now, you have everything you need to be able to hit Emerald and hit Success Club.
Yeah.
I think sometimes people as new coaches especially get caught up in feeling like they need to know everything before they can get started. But the best thing you can do as a new coach is jump right in and just start having conversations with people and start sharing about the bootcamp itself. The more you share, the easier it becomes to talk about. And then you learn as you go. Like still 2 years in, there's new things I learn all the time. But the reason that I think Shauna and I have seen success is because we just take action and figure it out along the way. And so if that's kind of the mindset you operate in, I think that's super helpful. We're here to answer questions the entire time. And like we will keep our eye also on your business. So if things are happening once you're signing people up and you notice them, we can always check into that. What else was I going to say? Forget it.
PD.
Oh yeah, personal development is huge. So I would recommend like starting with a book right away, especially with like extra downtime now. Also podcasts are great, but I really, really think you do need to dive into a book and like read something physical rather than just like passively listening to something, because I feel like it's so easy to miss stuff. So personal development is very personal. So everybody's going to need something different depending on kind of where you're at in your journey, where you feel like maybe you're struggling more so. Some really great ones I think to start with are You Are a Badass, Daring Greatly, The Slight Edge is really great.
Unfuck Yourself was a good book too.
It depends on what you want. Like I would read the descriptions of each book and see like, Are you someone who has a lot of fear about what other people are going to think about you? Read a book that's like focused on mindset. Are you someone who really wants to hit the ground running and build a massive business and create a huge impact and a huge income? Read The Slight Edge. Like it's definitely personal, and you'll find what you like. But the most important thing is, I would say, is that you do it every single day.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a lot of the things with coaching is like, it's consistency compounded over time. So if like when we say send 10 to 15 to 25 invites, if 10 is something that's attainable for you every single day, stick with 10 instead of pushing yourself to do 25 and then tomorrow you feel burned out and you can't do anything. Like, it's better if you do 10 every single day and be consistent. Same thing with showing up in your stories. Your stories, your Instagram is your shop front, right? So you just started a business and you wouldn't put the closed sign on the door or just not show up for work one day. So don't do that to your coaching business. Say up every single day, even if it's something quick, even if it's 5 stories is better than nothing.
Yeah.
We always aim for 5 to 10, 3 to 5 feed posts a day, or 3 to 5 feed posts a week, I would say, to start off. But that's your shop front. So I would just like, consistency on the front end is the most important thing.
Yep. Another thing too is like, we don't want you to feel like it has to be all fitness all right away. Like, I'm all about fitness and coaching now. Like, no, you want people to get to know you too, right? So like, what do you do outside of coaching? Like, for example, do you have a dog, or do you like to, I don't know, I know there's not really much to do right now. Just like your family or whatever, like whatever it is that will get people to know you too. Then I think that's where you'll build that connection with other people.
I have a question about that too. So like posting in stories, like I really like to do that, but is like posting on your feed going to be better to grow your followers so you can put like a bunch of hashtags? You know what I mean? Like
both.
Or okay.
So I would show up on your stories like all the time. Like, this is where people sort of get to know you behind the scenes, where you can like talk and like share how your journey's working for you, kind of thing. Your posts are more like storytelling.
Okay.
This is where you, like Shelby said, you post in your feed like 3 to 5 times a week, depending on what, like for me, this is just what I've always done. I don't want you guys to think that you have to do this. I post on my feed every day. I don't need to post every day, but it's just the way I feel like I need to, so I do. But
I'm like a 2 to 4 times a weeker.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like, it's totally
Everybody's
whatever works for you. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. So I like to plan ahead of time. Like every Sunday, I'm like, okay, what am I going to share this week? How am I going to help people? How am I going to add value? Because I know a lot of people will be like, oh, they'll be sitting there like, I don't know what to post today. This is where you can like sit down on a Sunday, plan out your week, so that way you're not feeling like overwhelmed.
Okay.
I have an app that might be interesting to you, Shauna. It's called Unnum, so UNUM. And it pretty much lets you put all your posts from your Instagram like in order, so you'll see what it looks like. And like,
oh yeah, I think I have that.
Yeah, like I used it before and I really like it. It like lets you plan out what your feed's gonna look like.
Yeah, I think I've used it a couple times.
It's not bad. Like, you don't have to use everything.
No, thanks. I like.
I think you can use it to schedule your posts too.
Yeah.
But yeah, the other thing I think too is stories. Like at first I was like, it felt like I really had to like remind myself to post stories. Or like I would do something and be like, oh crap, I should have shared about that. So like what I like to do in the beginning was sit down and be like, okay, what are the 5 things I'm going to share on my Instagram story today? Or what are the 10 things I'm going to share? And then kind of like make a checklist. So then when I go throughout the day, I can just share throughout the day, because the idea is that you always want to be at the front of people's stories when they open up Instagram, right? Because that's how they're going to see you and that's how you're going to get more views. So I would, yeah, it becomes natural. Like now I'm like just doing something and just sharing it on social media. But at first it really felt like I had to like think and brainstorm ahead of time. What can I talk about today? Or what can I share that I'm doing today? And I would like write a list. The other thing with hashtags and growing your Instagram is it does take a long time. So don't be defeated if if your Instagram isn't growing as fast as maybe you would hope. There's a lot of social media training online that you can always do if that's something you're interested in. One thing I've heard in terms of hashtags though is lately that Instagram has more and more like force people towards organic growth rather than you being able to like try to grow your Instagram whatever. So instead of putting a block of hashtags, it's better if you write your hashtags throughout the caption, because Instagram identifies when you're writing like a block of hashtags and sees that you're just trying to grow your following. So if you can hashtag things throughout the caption, I've heard that works better.
That's pretty cool.
That's something I need to work on. I don't really use hashtags.
Me neither. Like, yeah.
So we're always learning too.
Instagram's always changing. That's the thing. It's like when we started, or when I started 2 years ago, there was like these apps you could use to grow your following and like all this stuff. But obviously Instagram has gotten like cracked down on that more and more over time, so that will literally shut down your Instagram account. So it is ever changing. I think Shauna too, when like you started, people would post on their Instagram like 3 to 5 times a day on their feed because stories were the thing. So,
oh yeah, I remember when stories were a thing on Instagram.
Oh, they're like, I love them.
Yeah. And I've seen so many ways to like make your stories look cute and pretty on like TikTok and stuff. So that's cool too.
Yeah, I use TikTok for like workouts. So that's a good app you guys can use to show your workouts. Triller is a good app. I also use Unfold, so you can put different videos in different like pictures kind of thing and show like the same moves on the same page. So that's a good app too.
what programs is everybody doing?
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
I'm doing the 21 Day Fix right now. I literally just started.
I'm doing the morning meltdown on her.
I'm doing 10 rounds with a little bit of bar.
It's a good mix.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for the 10 rounds groups to start.
I'm obsessed with this program.
I actually really like it.
You like it?
Yeah, I love it.
We got what is this week 4 that we're in? I think.
Yeah, we start week 5 next week.
I thought this week was too hard.
The one I did today, I was dead.
It's like high, low, legs, arms, and I'm just like, I'm not that coordinated.
At some point, I finally got the hang of like the number thing though. Like I know what they're what.
I can't do the feet. I'm like all over the place.
I know. I just have fun with it.
Is it kind of like a more intense Fight Club from the Morning Meltdown 100?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I really like those workouts.
Me too. I loved them.
I feel like anybody who's like Fight Club is my favorite, I'm like, you need to do 10 rounds because it's like stuff I didn't like about Fight Club was some of the like more martial arts stuff that was like not boxing, but I loved the boxing stuff.
Yeah.
But I really, really like 10 rounds. And then I love that you get like a bit of lifting too.
Yeah. So I think like what we're kind of getting at is like committing to a program and like showing people like that it's working for you and that you love it and that you can do it with the X amount of time at home, and it shows people that it's possible for them too. So that's like a huge part, is being a product of the product and showing people that it works for you too.
Mm-hmm. That's the biggest thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think people always see a spike in their business when they share like an incredible transformation photo. So like sometimes, even though I feel like because we see ourselves every day, maybe we might not feel like our transformation is huge. But once you share, like the first time I shared a transformation photo, I had probably been sharing like about my journey for 2 to 3 weeks at that point. And that's where the interest came from, is like once people saw like, oh, this actually works.
Yeah. So true.
And then like if people want samples of the product, do you guys just buy like the little like things that you dump into instead of the tub, or how does that, because like I've had people ask me before and I don't know, like I don't mind giving a few samples of my own, but I didn't know if there was a like if you just buy that and then give them, or
I personally, I've never like gave like people that live around here I have, but like if they're going to try the products, I always say, if you find you don't like it, you can always send it back and get your money back or change up the flavor.
Okay.
Yeah, like you can exchange it too. That's where it goes back to there's a 30-day money back guarantee on everything. So they can literally drink 30 scoops of Shakeology, and then if they're like, wasn't for me, they can send back an empty bag and get their money back.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just have a quick question. Do we have like I was seeing something about week sample workouts for people, like they get it for free for a week to do sample workouts. Is that a thing?
Yeah, I think I shared it in the team page. Basically, it's like there's sample workouts of a bunch of different programs, and it's just all compiled into like a link. And so this is actually really good. So the idea, I think, is to always add value to people before you ask them for something. So this is more so for your cold market. So when I'm reaching out to people who are watching my Instagram story, I'm saying, hey, sister, saw you've been keeping up with my Instagram stories. Not sure if you saw enrollments open for my next boot camp. Want to see if it's a good fit for you. If they're like, I give them all the information, then they're like, you know what, right now I really just can't afford it because of everything that's going on. No problem. I do have 2 weeks worth of at-home workouts you can do for free if you'd like in the meantime. Send them over. They try out the workouts, and then the idea behind this is that they see that these workouts actually work and actually give you a good workout. And then whether it's now or when they do have the money to afford it, they are willing to invest in it because they've seen how it works for them. So I think I personally lead with inviting them to join the boot camp. And then if they can't afford the boot camp, offer them the free workouts to try from home.
How many do we have of those?
14.
Okay. Is it 14 for like a year or just 14 total?
No, it's like 14 sample workouts. Yeah. So basically you can access it and rewatch those videos at any time, but like all the other videos on Beachbody On Demand are blocked. So like they'll only be able to access the ones they have the links to. And they're basically like, say like for 10 rounds, for example, they do like a sample workout so you can get an idea of what the program's like. It's like a mashup of the entire program.
Okay.
So it's like these are all, think of them as like high level overviews of different programs.
I'll send you guys, well, I don't have your Facebook, Victoria, but Emily and Skylar, I'll send you the link for those free workouts.
Yes, I can do that.
Awesome. Thank you.
Is there anything? I think that's like everything. Like we don't really like to overwhelm you guys. When it comes to starting off, but like I think we went over like the most important things as a new coach.
I just have one more question. Because one of the girls I want to sign up asked me this. Are you able to get like different types of Shakeology for just the 1 month? Like let's say you get like little packets of each, or no?
You can get like a combo pack. I think you can get chocolate, strawberry, and vanilla in one pack, and then in another one you can get chocolate, vanilla, and cafe latte. But
okay.
I think those are the only combos you can get, but I think that's all of them anyway.
Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, thanks.
Anything else? Also, let us know when you do your first post so that we can go love on it, because I know that's sometimes a scary first step.
And if you need help sending out your first like share card or whatever so that the person's getting set up as a discount coach, we're happy to help with that too.
Awesome.
Cool.
Should we take a pic?
Yeah. I just have a quick question. Do we have calls on Monday? Is that a thing as well, or is it just Wednesday?
It's usually just Wednesday. So Wednesday's team call. You might see us post other calls because we're doing right now something called like a Diamond Dash. That's for people pushing for a rank advancement. So there's calls for the girls that are in that Diamond Dash group. But like sometimes people just post in the group saying jumping on for a power hour, and then you could just jump on if you're free.
Okay.
Yeah. I think Shauna typically does a power hour online at like 2:00 in the afternoon. Yep. I'm still working full time. So usually I do mine around like 7 or 7:30 on the nights that we don't have calls.
Okay. Sounds good.
Anything else?
I'm good.
I think I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. We always end with a picture.
Okay.
I didn't even get out of bed.
It's fine. My hair's wet. It's all good. Okay. One sec. Whoops, that's my face. Okay, ready? Okay.
Oh, that's so
what's your Instagram so I can tag you too?
My Instagram is _ Victoria Wilson.
_ Is your picture in the water?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, wait, when is my